Welcome to JSA TV, your virtual newsroom for telecom professionals. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, CEO of Jamie Scotto and Associates, and joining me on JSA TV, we're honored to have Mr. Jay Lawrence. He is the CEO of NexxCom Wireless. Jay, welcome to JSA TV.
Jamie, thank you. It's great to be here. I really appreciate the invite.
And thanks for being here too at Telecom Exchange.
Yeah, hell of a show. Great turnout. Good party.
Oh, you heard it right from Jay's mouth, right there.
I know.
So, NexxCom Wireless, tell us the details for our viewers who might not know.
Yeah, I'll do it in English too because we are a technology-based business, but NexxCom is in effect a full-service broadband wireless technology company. So what that means in English is while we build and patent our designs for our own radio systems, which we refer to as engines, because we view them much as the engine in your car, we don't want customers to have to experience wireless to benefit from it. So we try to simplify the entire experience by handing them off a cable, which brings all the professional services of NexxCom to bear, from everything from RF planning to network design to site acquisition, right down to installation, and ultimately turning the thing on or putting the key in the engine and handing a cable off to our clients. When we got into the business a couple of years back, it's been about 2 years this month that we've been out and really promoting the enterprise. We came out with two central thoughts. One is that we want to be viewed as subject matter experts and thought leaders, and of course doing that and having fun at the same time. So I think we've accomplished that in the last couple of years. We're in our third generation of our engine or radio tech. We're going through 4 and now then to 5 in terms of our generation of advancements. I think that we've done some great things in the low latency space. We do a lot of work with the common carrier, and our goal is to create broadband ubiquitously and at a very low total cost of ownership.
It's a great goal, and we're excited that you're doing it. We need it, so bring it on.
Yeah, amen, right?
Yeah. But here's the question. Your wireless technology, it's not the normal off-the-shelf variety. So tell us a bit about what makes NexxCom's wireless technology unique.
Well, so as we came at wireless, the whole management team is a group of guys who've got cut knees and scraped backs and scars everywhere from being in the radio manufacturing business for years. I've been in it myself, or had been in it myself for quite some time. The problem with being in the radio manufacturing business is radio manufacturers want to add more and more and more intelligence or capability to the radios. We view it the other direction of making the radio as simple as possible. And going back to ubiquity, one of the things you want to have is also plug and play seamless interaction with cable technologies. So we've set up our engines, if you will, to be what's called an OSI or a layer 1 radio, which means it's effectively a wire. It looks like a wire, it acts like a wire. We jokingly say all the time, we do not molest our bits. It's kind of a NexxCom tag phrase. I think we're trying to get that copyrighted. I don't think we're going to have a lot of luck. But we don't touch a bit once it hits our radio system. The network is completely agnostic to what goes over it. So whether it's mobile communications, whether it's carrier video, whether it's low latency trading applications, we don't care. The way that we employ that, though, is also unique in that if you look at each radio, we can tune it so that we can molest or not molest the bits a certain amount more or less to improve latency, to correct bit error rate problems. And for anyone who's ever had a video got the max headroom thing going on because you've got the jerking, that's either a bit error rate problem or you've got a layer 2 network talking to a layer 2 switching and routing application, in which case you have the Department of Redundancy department. So what we've elected to do is to try to create the most simple, high performance, ultra high bandwidth capability that looks like a wire in the sky. We don't touch the bit stream, we're agnostic to the application, and it makes us a great complement to the fiber plant that's all over the world.
Well, I can see how that would be a phenomenal solution for the financials out there.
We've done quite a bit of business in the low latency space, but it is not our only focus. We kind of, jokingly refer to that as our military industrial complex, where we're building things that the carriers today may not want or need, and sometimes it's more on the exotic side, so it costs more. More bidding of components, more kind of grunting through, if you will, the site planning and the more efficiencies you have to build, and those cost time, they take money. But the benefit comes to the carrier when you start looking at ultimately small cell to have a layer 1 backhaul network that's extremely efficient, that's extremely plug and chug with the incumbent fiber network. And my buddy Hunter will tell you time and time again, it's a dream to have fiber to every tower, but that's only a dream. So as we evolve and they keep building towers and fiber has a harder time reaching it, we'll have technology that it can do that, work with the fiber to get those bits from whether it's mobile, whether it's backhaul, whether it's what have you, onto the cloud, if you will, but do it in a very useful way.
That's great. So tell us, talking about Hunter, since you said our magic word around here. 325 Hudson comes to mind, and this fabulous wireless Meet Me room up on the rooftop. And I heard it's kind of your brainchild.
No, that's not fair, actually. Hunter and I started talking about high-performance interactions between fiber, buildings, and wireless about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
It's an old brainchild.
It's an old brainchild, but he and I have had, I think, many a amber-colored beverage trying to figure out how to make this a reality. But what's now come to bear is the 325 is a great connectivity story. And what it does is it marries real estate to fiber in the ground to wireless in the sky. And what we've demonstrated there now is a gigabit connection across the Hudson River into New Jersey that is working at the speed of light effectively. We're only 1 microsecond or 1/1,000,000th of a second slower than the speed of light. And we're passing traffic with basically no errors across the river and connecting directly into his Meet Me room on the 9th floor. And what's beautiful about it is the switch that we're talking to has not the first idea that there is a wireless element in that room. As far as it's concerned, it's a piece of glass that came off the ceiling versus a piece of glass that came up out of the dirt. That's part of the beauty. And if you look at where we're going with technology, and it's technology, and I talk about thought leadership and subject matter expertise, our management team was very pivotal in building the rules for 70 and 80 gigahertz back in early 2000s. We've pioneered that millimeter wave technology. We're now looking at a sub-millimeter wave. We're not just gigabits and tens of gigabits, but hundreds of gigabits per second will be available. And imagine this, if you want to think about it, whether it's disaster recovery, whether it's extension for revenue, whether it's maximizing the value of a cable if you're a carrier, from just a couple of antennas on that 325 rooftop, just to the point where the Goldman Sachs building is to the Hyatt, there's over 20 rooftops that you can see with a plain eye. You could put more than 2 terabits just on about 5 or 6 antennas with our Gen 5 capability, and that's a massive amount of options and capability that can create creativity, drive economics, commerce, the like, all out of the hub of that blend of property, cable, and wireless. The other thing we're doing on the roof, which is I think somewhat unique, is planning it. And the key thing there is everyone's probably driven past a building and seen a cluster of antenna on one side of it, and there's absolutely nothing on the other side. So bad, in fact, you think that building is going to fall over. It's just a mass amount of weight just anchoring the building to nothing.
Wow.
We figure out how to plan it so that we can maximize spectrum. It's like land rights, rights of rays. You want to build a property, you want to put in a fiber, you have to have spectrum to license to make that happen. So we plan that as well to maximize the volume of that rooftop from a wireless applications perspective.
And for sure, this 10-year plan is now coming to fruition today.
Well, it's live.
It's live.
It's not Memorex.
Well, Jay, it's always a pleasure to have you. Tell our viewers, where can they go for more information?
Yeah, you can check us out on the web. We're at www.nexxcomwireless.com, which is a mouthful, but I'll spell it, NEXXCOM wireless.com. Or find me or any of my buddies who are walking around here with NexxCom stickers on us. We're easy to spot.
Well, thank you, Jay, for joining us, and thank you, viewers, for tuning in to JSA TV.